The objective of this presentation is to introduce and provide information on database types and talk a little bit about its importance to us. So a brief overview. First, I'll talk about database types defined, the history of database, then how it is used and some advantages, then some obstacles and challenges, talk about where it is today, and then notable database companies. A database is a collection of information that is organized so that it can be easily accessed, managed, and updated. In one view, databases can be classified according to types of content: bibliographic, full text, numeric, and images. In 1970, E.F. Codd published a landmark paper in which he applied concepts from a branch of mathematics called relational algebra to the problem of storing large amounts of data. Codd's paper started a movement in the database community that in a few years led to the definition of the relational database model. The advantage of this model is that data is stored in a way that minimizes duplicate data and eliminates certain types of processing errors that can occur when data is stored in other ways. In 1979, a small company called Ashton Tate introduced a microcomputer product, DBase2, and called it Relational DBMS. In an exceedingly successful promotional tactic, Ashton Tate distributed nearly free of charge more than 100,000 copies of its product to purchasers of the new Osborne microcomputers. In the late 1980s, a new cycle of programming called object-oriented programming began to be used, which has a substantially different orientation from that of traditional programming. In the middle to late 1980s, end users began to connect their separated microcomputers using local area networks. These networks enable computers to send data to one another at previously unimaginable rates. The first applications of this technology shared peripherals such as large capacity fat disks, expensive printers and plotters, and facilitated intercomputer communication via electronic mail. In time, however, the end users wanted to share their databases as well, which led to development of multi-user database applications of LAN. As shown in the Calvert Island Reservation Center example, database technology is being used in conjunction with internet technology to publish database on the www. This same technology is used to publish applications over corporate and organizational internets. Some experts believe that in time, all database applications will be delivered using HTTP, XML, and related technologies. There are several advantages that are affiliated with database types. The first is reduced data redundancy, which I briefly talked about in the history. Next is reduced updating errors and increased consistently, since you are keeping all the information on the same page and are updating also from the same page. The next advantage is greater data integrity and interdependence from programs. The data that is being used now has much more higher quality. Next is improved data access to users through the use of host and query languages. This has become very popular in stake methodology, and most websites are using it today. The next advantage is improved data security. Database security concerns the use of a broad range of info security controls to protect databases. The last advantage is the reduced data entry, storage, and retrieval costs. Data reduction can be achieved by data reduction, which eliminated redundant data on storage systems. And the last advantage is facilitated development of new application programs. Along with the many advantages of databases, there are a few disadvantages. This first disadvantage includes damage to database, which affects virtually all application programs. This is definitely one of the biggest concerns when it comes to using databases. Database systems are complex, difficult, and time-consuming to design. These programs are not easy to design, and as a result, take time and effort from a lot of people. Now going into some notable database companies. the top 3 database companies, which are in order on the screen, go from Oracle, Microsoft SQL Server, and then IBM DB2. So just a brief little summary. A database is a collection of information that is organized so that it can be easily accessed, managed, and updated. Once these databases are created and people learn to use them properly, the advantages are truly limitless. The advantages outweigh the advantages outweigh the disadvantages, and databases are very useful. There's a picture, and then I have my references.